Alright, everybody, we're back from vacation, and I'm going to be doing a lot of videos today on Sunday, just catching up on what I missed. So right here, we're going to be hopping into the Part 2 guide for the LR BABIDI farming guide right here. So basically, all I need to go over is this Stage 5 right here. So Stage 5 right here is where you can get the medal to awaken the TUR BABIDI into LR BABIDI. So right here, Stage 5. Last time in the video, it came out like weeks ago at this point, but we discussed how you needed 29 copies of the LR BABIDI. You needed 90 of these medals right here. Now we're going to go over that you need 150 of these medals right here, and I'll go ahead and show you. I do have my LR BABIDI awakened, all 3 copies of them, so I actually don't need to farm up anymore here. But we'll go ahead and show that. So let's go ahead and hop over here. So this is exactly what I was talking about right here. If I type in BABIDI right here, so you can see I have 2 copies currently. I have 1 copy that is rainbowed and at SA level 20, and then I've got another one here at SA level 5 for whenever the EZA drops. That should be in a couple of weeks. I think sometime next week it should drop, I think. Not totally sure off the top of my head. It might be this week sometime, but not completely sure off the top of my head, but at some point soon, this guy is going to be EZAing. So you want to have this second copy at SA level 5 ready to go. So this is essentially 2 of my copies. 100 medals went into this guy, and then 50 went into this guy. So you can see I already trained this guy in right here. Or like the second copy to SA level 10, I already trained him into the rainbowed copy here. That's why he's at SA level 20. I'll go ahead and talk about my build as well. So you can see I gave him full 20 dodge, and then I just gave him a little bit of the other 2 abilities. This guy is not super crazy. He's like okay if you are really strapped for Terrifying Conqueror characters. Like if you are brand new to the game, you pulled LR Cooler, you could probably get some decent use out of this guy just because you're not going to have very many Terrifying Conqueror units. And this guy is a support unit, so you can likely get some value out of him that way. So let's go ahead and take a look at his build. We're going to go ahead and pull up his EZA as well, just so I can talk about it here. Let's see, let me switch over. There we go. Okay, so this is the Dokkan wiki right over here. You can see this was the TUR. This is where we left off last time, or I'm sorry. This is the TUR right here. This is where we left off last time, was getting 3 copies of these. 2 at SA level 10, 1 rainbowed, and 1 at SA level 5. To this state with our 90 awakening medals, you can see we need 50 to awaken each one into an LR. You guys can do some simple math, hopefully, or at least pull out a calculator. Do 3 times 50, and you need 150 medals to get all 3 to an LR state. So here we go. This is what he is before he EZAs right here. You can see this is what matches up in game. Let's go ahead and take a look at his EZA stats, though, just so that I can talk about his build a little bit. So right here, he is an Inhuman Deeds leader. That's, that's fine. It's not like the craziest thing in the world. But you can get some value out of that just because there's, like, not many at the moment. So, like who are the Inhuman Deeds leaders? If I go ahead and open this up, who are they? Yeah, it's just this guy, and then we have a couple sub-leads, so, yeah, you can, like, if you needed Inhuman Deeds for a drop rate story bonus or something like that, like, you could definitely run this guy, as your leader. So let's go back over here. Alright, so, after he EZAs, his super attack effects are greatly raised defense for 1 turn, and a high chance of sealing on his 12 key. Greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, with a high chance of stunning on his ultra super attack. That's his 18 key super attack. So you can see that additionals could be okay for him because he is getting a 1 turn greatly raised defense on his super attack effect. So, somebody could get some use out of it. Like, you could put additionals on this guy and it wouldn't be the worst decision ever. But I'll tell you that this guy's defense is not super crazy from what I remember. So you're probably just wanting to go dodge on this guy. Sorry, I can't speak at the moment. A little rusty, right? Alright, so then his passive skill is Key +3. That's nice on a character like BABIDI, who's not going to have great links. You can see down here, like Master of Magic, Majin Resurrection Plan. Not great links right here, but Brutal Beatdown, Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, Shattering the Limit, Legendary Power. These links are okay. Obviously, Fierce Battle's generally better than Legend or Shattering the Limit, but these are okay, like villain links, but none of them have key. So this 3 key right here is important. Yeah, it's like Majin Resurrection Plan is like his main key link, and let's just say this is not a common link. you can see here. So okay, so key +3, attack and defense 140%. Again, this is post EZA right here. So keep that in mind. You won't be able to see this at the moment in game, but soon you should be able to. Extreme class allies, attack and defense +30%. That's nice. I wish it had key on it, but you know, just some attack and defense support is nice. High chance of evading enemy attacks, including super attacks if there's a super class enemy. Sadly, there's not many super class enemies at the moment. Like the hardest super class enemy fight right now is the Gamma red zone fight. So I mean, like you could get some use out of this guy, but just know that at the moment we don't have many super class fights. But we do have the 8th anniversary battle event coming up soon. At the very end of the anniversary, that will give us skill orbs for all of the anniversary units, and all of those fights except Janemba, because you fight all of the anniversary units. So all those fights except for Janemba are superclass units, and those fights are a little tricky, so you could probably get some use out of this guy in there. That's probably where he's intended to be used. Key +2, extreme class allies, chance of performing a critical hit +10%, and additional 40% attack and defense. Excuse me, oh my goodness, I just like burps, it's crazy. Extreme class allies, chance of performing a critical hit +10%, and additional attack and defense +40% when performing a super attack if there is an extreme class enemy. So you can see this guy is like okay in this BABIDI state. And then he does have a standby. He standbys into Majin Vegeta for 5 turns. He gains 1 charge count per key sphere, just like the Z, the Buu duo. Can be activated starting the 4th turn from the start of battle. That's the condition right here. So starting from turn 4, you can stand by. You will go into Majin Vegeta, and you can begin charging Majin Buu. So we kind of already went over his links. They're okay. These 2 are kind of dead, but the other links are pretty standard villain links, and then Shattering the Limit he just has because he's a free-to-play unit. If you're new and you haven't figured it out, Shattering the Limit is the link that characters get whenever they don't awaken from like Dokkan event medals, or like they're just like free-to-play. Typically is how that works. Is free-to-play units get this, Dokkan event units get Fierce Battles, so... Alright, categories are Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Terrifying Conquerors, Inhuman Deeds, and Corroded Body and Mind. Not the best, like, categories ever, but he is going to be, like, a huge buff to Corroded Body and Mind. I know there are some people that still kind of struggle with the Corroded Body and Mind mission, just probably because they didn't farm up the Metal Cooler team. That was kind of like the death nail for that mission. For the GT Legendary Goku event, there's a Corroded Body and Mind mission, and pretty much the free-to-play Metal Cooler team was, like, the death nail for that mission. But I know some people didn't farm that team up, and they still kind of struggle with this, so... Or they're new, and they just haven't had time to farm up those free-to-play Metal Coolers. So, I mean, he is, like, a buff to that team. Like, Terrifying Conquerors doesn't really need the buff, but if you're a brand new player and you don't really have many Terrifying Conquerors, because, you know, villain units are just so few and far between in this game, then, you know, he can be a buff there. Majin Buu Saga really doesn't need the help from this guy. And the issue, too, with Majin Buu Saga is that you kind of just want to be running either Super Class Majin Buu Saga or Extreme Class. Like, you don't really want to be mixing the two. So, like, the strongest characters right now are Super Class. That could change. You know, theoretically, people are speculating that maybe Worldwide Celebration is, like, a double Vegeto. So we could see, like, a Vegeto and a Buuhan come out during that celebration. So if that were to happen, you know, we could definitely see some buffs to Majin Buu Saga on the Extreme Class side. Resurrected Warriors is pretty dead, so, you know, this guy can help out there. Inhuman Deeds needs all the help it can get. So, not terrible. You can come down here, read a bunch of stats. These are the medals that you need to Extreme Z Awaken him. This is not currently out in-game, but just know that you're going to need 45 of those medals whenever it drops. I guess I'm kind of condensing this video into a, just like an overview of his EZA and, like, basically what you need to be on the lookout for. So, We covered mostly everything in his part 1 guide, and then you guys can figure out, like, hey, I have 3 copies. I need to get them all to an LR, so I need 150 Awakening Medals. It sounds like more than it is. It didn't take me very long to farm it up. Alright, Majin Vegeta here. This is the standby. He's unable to attack, except whenever the finish effect is activated. He gives himself 3 ki, defense plus 120%. He gets an additional 80% defense when receiving an attack if ki is 12 or more. So he only gets that if ki is 12 or more. So keep that in mind. You do want to be getting this guy ki. He gets damage reduction of 30% when ki is 15 or more. And then he gets a 150% attack buff when finish effect is activated. Now you're going to immediately notice right here, this guy is actually not very tanky, and he's very ki hungry. I don't know if you guys have had too much experience. I mean, I'm sure you have at this point, unless you just got unlucky and didn't pull them. But if you've had any experience using the Boo duo, these standby units do not really get ki super easily, especially whenever we come down here and look at his links. You know, this character at its core is a BABIDI unit. Oh, I was looking at it before Extreme Z Awakening, my bad. But this character is a BABIDI unit, right? So most of the time you're going to be running this guy with, like, other villain-type characters. And you can see this guy's link set drastically changes whenever he becomes, like, Majin Vegeta. He gets things like Saiyan Pride, Royal Lineage, over to Flash, Super Saiyan. Like, you're not going to be running this guy around characters with those links. So these ki links are just kind of dead on this character. And this guy is super ki hungry. Let me go ahead and switch over to his Extreme Z Awakening. That's my bad. Okay, so same thing here. This goes up to ki 3 150%. That's up from 120%. He gets an additional defense plus 100%, up from 80% when receiving an attack if ki is 12 or more. He reduces damage received by 40%, up from 30%. When receiving an attack if ki is 15% or more, and he recovers 10% of HP at the end of turn when ki is 18 or more, and then he gets 300% when finish effect is activated. So, even still, his Easy Aid passive right here, this guy is not super tanky. Like, I don't really know what they were going for with this, honestly. And then you need a ton of ki to make him, like really tanky. Or, like, as tanky as can be, I guess. Like, like, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you're gonna be starting out at, like, 9 ki, right? Like, you're gonna be on a double 3 ki leader skill, and then you're giving yourself 3 ki. So you're gonna be starting out with 9 ki. And then you need to get to 12 just for this extra 100% start a turn buff to your defense. This will make this 250%. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is when receiving an attack. This is actually multiplicative, I guess. But you still need to get hit. So dude, I don't know. Reduces damage received by 40% when ki is, when receiving an attack when ki is 15% or more. I don't know. I'm gonna just tell you guys right now, this guy is not super tanky. Like, this is the gist here. I did calcs on this guy whenever he came out. I don't remember what they are offhand. But, this like, it's honestly kind of disappointing. Like, this guy should be a wall. Okay. And then getting ki is not super easy. So, like, you need, what, 6 ki, basically, to get his 40% damage reduction. So, if you don't have, like, an orb changer around, which there aren't really many orb changers on this guy's team, and he's not making orbs, like, if this guy was a rainbow orb changer, I don't think I would have very many issues with him. I think he'd be fine. Because then you'd be able to get his ki, just like the Boo duo. That's what I was getting at earlier with the Boo duo, is that the Boo duo, they guard, you know, they can't attack, but they guard, they rainbow orb change, they get damage reduction. Like, it's very easy to make them tanky, and then they're also stacking in base, so, you know, you get a few stacks off, you transform, you get guard, all those stacks carry over, and overall you have just a very tanky unit that can't really be damaged by anything in the game. This guy, on the other hand, it's like you get him out, and this guy's kind of a sitting duck a little bit, especially if you don't get his ki orbs, so, you know, we will see. You guys can use this guy, come to your own conclusion. You can decide if I'm underrating him or if I'm, you know, not talking about him, like, harshly enough. And then his finish effects. So if you only get 29 or less ki spheres, he does the Majin Vegeta attack. So you actually don't want to see the Majin Vegeta attack. like if you get this, you're going to do, like, 0 damage. And then if you get if you get 30 or more, you get the Boo attack. And the Boo attack does a little bit more damage. So, I guess it does, like, the same. Like, let me rephrase. This is going to do more damage depending on the more ki spheres that you get. Like, you can see right here. Like, it's just going to do, you know, like, they do the same effect, but this guy is going to be capped, whereas this attack is uncapped. Does that make sense? Like, this attack has a max damage, like, and that's 29 key spheres, right? Like both are the same, but as soon as you kick over to 30, it's going to do a little bit more damage, and you're going to get this attack, so... anyway, this is this guy. I don't... he's okay. He's definitely not as good as Roshi. I would say he was like a huge step down from Roshi. Like, I think Roshi is like the pinnacle of free-to-play, like, these anniversary LRs. Because we had the 5th anniversary was the Goku Black Zamasu. He kind of sucked. Then we got to Roshi for the 6th year. Roshi was insane. Like, you can still get some use out of Roshi today in, like, Super Battle Road content. That dude is actually crazy. He fulfilled a great role. He's a support unit. He stuns. He seals. Just very, very good unit. And his stun is like 70% chance, and his seal is like guaranteed. So, and he has dodge. I mean, just absolutely fantastic unit that Roshi was. Then last year we got the Gohan and Goten and Trunks, and they kind of sucked also. So I would say this guy's maybe in place for second best and like free-to-play anniversary LR EZA, which kind of sucks that 2 years later we're at second place. It's like, it's not even, the bar is like super high. I mean, Roshi did definitely raise the bar, but it's not like 3 and 4. Like, the 5th anniversary and the 7th anniversary units were very good. So it's not like a very high bar to get the second. You just have to be, like, slightly better than nothing. So you can go ahead and see my Babidi on screen as well, by the way. He is, almost Link leveled up. We're getting really close here, so just got the one Link left. So mine's pretty much ready to go as soon as we EZA. I'll get him done whenever he EZAs. We'll do a separate video on that as well, and then we'll get some showcases out for him once he EZAs. I probably won't do too many on his EZA, but I'll be sure to do some. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've already farmed up your 2 copies to an LR. You can see right here, I've done mine. So let me know if you guys have also already done this. Let me know what build you guys decided to do. Again, I did it full dodge just because this guy's not going to be doing much damage. Like this standby attack is not going to be doing a ton. This guy's not very tanky. Babidi is just kind of like a dodging support unit, so I figured I would just lean more into the dodge. So that's the way that I did things. But let me know what you guys did. Let me know if I'm underrating this guy, underselling him at all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.